Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, this is going to be the first video in our series of maintenance and repair videos to hopefully help some folks out that have a little mechanical ability at home and are having some little tidbit problems and just can't figure some of them out. So that's what we're here for. Today we are going to discuss the head gasket. Now, if you happen to be blowing head gaskets all the time or more than regular, which shouldn't happen at all or very, very frequently, this tip will hopefully help you out in curing that problem. All right, when you first get your engine, this is just a cadaver to show you. It looks like that, basically. You have your 4 acorn nuts. They put a stack of washers under it. And I'd wondered that a long time ago. Why are they using a stack of washers to torque down my head? You don't do that to a car or a motorcycle or any other gas-powered product. Why are these that way? I have figured it out. In general, they just want the thing to look attractive with the acorn nut. That's all it's about. But unfortunately, the acorn nut is the problem. And you're asking yourself, why would the acorn nut be the problem? Here is why the acorn nut is the problem. All right, just for a demonstration, this is your cylinder and head on your bike. Acorn nut, usually all 4 of them, but I'm just using one to show you what I'm talking about. Now when you torque these down, or the factory torqued them down, or whoever's torquing them down, and you use the acorn nut, the problem with the acorn nut is sometimes they don't put enough washers between the acorn nut bottoming out and the head. So as you're tightening it down and the nut stops, you think you're tightening the nut to the head and smashing it down, ergo not blowing your head gasket. But that's not what's happening. What is actually happening is the acorn nut is screwed all the way down and it's bottoming out. It can't go down any further because it has a top on it. So you yourself think that you're torquing down the nut, but you're not really torquing down the nut. You're torquing the nut to the stud and not pressing down the head. So my tidbit suggestion: lose the acorn nuts, go to your local auto parts store or hardware store and get the regular standard open end nut. Why? Because when you torque that down, and you won't need all of those washers, usually a flat washer, maybe 2, and a lock washer, and a standard nut does the job. You don't need a stack of washers 1/2 inch tall. Because when you torque down this nut, it is going down the stud and smashing the head to the cylinder the way it is intended to be. Why does the head gasket blow when you have the acorn nut and yet those seem to be tight? Simple answer: as the head gets hot and contracts and shrinks a few times, it gets a little loose. When it gets loose, the fire in the cylinder looks for another outdoor other than the exhaust. Its other outdoor is your head gasket and burning it out. This one happened to burn out in the corner, but they can burn out on the side, they can burn out anywhere that seal is made. So if you're having a problem with head gaskets and you're still running the acorn nuts, lose the acorn nuts. Once again, go to your hardware store or auto parts store. Take your nut with you because it is a metric thread. Some of them are different, so I'm not kicking out any metric sizes here and having somebody run on my fault and get the wrong thread pitch in the metric world. Take your nut with you. Make sure that you get the correct thread for the stud, and just purchase the open end nut. And your head gasket problems should be a thing of the past. All right. Well, I hope that helps somebody out there in the world that's having a head gasket issue and using the Acorn standard nuts that come with your motorized bike motor. All right. Stay tuned. We are going to have a series of maintenance tips and repair tips for motorized bikes to help the at-home person diagnose the little tidbits that can keep you going. Instead of having to drag your bike to the shop with every little tidbit problem, a lot of it you can take care of yourself at your own home or garage, wherever you're working on your bike at. All right, thanks for watching. And comment below, send any questions you might have, and we'll answer them. And stay tuned for the next video of maintenance and help for your motorized bike engine.